1. Boom!
Hello, everyone. We're back with more Call of Cthulhu: Masks of Nyarlathotep. As always, I'm your host. My name's Jack. Today, I'm joined by Peter. I'm joined by Evan. I'm joined by Graydon, Eric, Jared, whose camera's off. He's probably exercising or something like that. And we got a new face. He's above me on my screen, but probably not on Peter's
No,
screen.
he is actually.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Hello.
This is Drew,
Same for
everybody.
me. Wow.
We lost Matt. Well, he's not dead, but he's dead to me because he's not in Canada anymore to play the role playing game. So Matt is of course no longer with us. It still makes it sound like he's dead. Anyway, he's passed on from this world. So Drew is taking his place. How's it going today, Drew?
Don't immigrate from Canada or Jack will hate you.
It's been pretty good. So good, in fact, it deserves a crack.
Uh-oh.
If I'm allowed to do that.
Uh-oh.
3, take 4.
First try.
High density polyethylene, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Totally scripted, of course. But yeah, it's been good.
Excellent.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
Hey, no worries. We'll see if it lasts.
Yeah, please
if you
don't
leave
kill me.
if you leave the country, I'll consider you dead. So don't leave the country.
Understandable.
All right. So
Such a threat.
yeah. So last time we left off, everybody, you had made it to Kenya. You had met a replacement for your deceased companion, Ruth Blackmore, in the form of Bennett E. Hanover, a very strange man who was wandering around the docks in Mombasa, Kenya. You got on a train with him for central Kenya, heading to the city of Nairobi, where you were attacked by the familiar sight of fire vampires. Upon defeating them, you made it to Nairobi, and your good companion Harrison Dodge decided it was time for him to find his own path into the wilds of the Congo Delta. So Harrison will be sitting out for the rest of the campaign, part of the campaign. We don't really know, but for now he's gone. And some of you were badly injured, so you took a week to rest in hospital. It is now March 14th, 1925. Richard and Clyde have just left the hospital. Bennett, I'd say you've spent the last week sort of wandering around town. So you've kind of been trying to get the lay of the land, trying to figure things out. On your last day before Richard and Clyde get out of the hospital, you see a very odd-looking man who you haven't seen around town as of yet. Sort of skulking about. This gentleman looks like he may be of some means and perhaps has some money, which is always of interest to you. Drew, if you would like to introduce your character, give us a brief description of your character, what you look like, and kind of who this guy is.
Sounds good. Well, my character's name is Gunther Schmidt. He is from Germany, and he is about mid-30s. The first thing you notice about Mr. Gunther Schmidt is he's got a significant scar on. This is my left. I hope it's everybody else's left. Across his left eye, and he's wearing a reasonably looking suit, and he's kind of chilling. He's the big, scar across his eye. That's about the most distinguishable feature about Gunther.
He's bald.
No, he's got dirty blonde hair, and he's got some hair.
Okay,
He's
I'm
got some hair.
imagining Agent 47 with hair now.
And a scar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing this man that looks like he may have some money. I wanna approach him. I wanna be like, look, good day there, sir. Nice to see you in this city today. My name's Bennett. May I be of any service to you?
Oh my god.
Bennett, is it? Oh, nice to meet you.
Oh,
Do you always talk like that?
Did Pip come with you?
yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like child's following me.
Bennett, you look over your shoulder and you see Pip there holding a knife.
Is this your child?
I cannot say he's mine, although I am traveling with him, although that doesn't sound the best. Anyway, what are you doing in this city?
I just met you.
Oh,
What
I'm
kind of question was that, sir?
So sorry, sir. Just trying to get to know you. As I said, my name's Bennett E. Hanover, and I'm just trying to learn more about the city. I'm traveling with this group of very, very, very fine individuals. I'm just trying to do all that I can to help them out.
I see. I look around. Are these friends of yours with you now, or is it just this young child here you have with you?
Oh, the child's one of them. I'm simply trying to do some reconnaissance. That's why I saw you look a very knowledgeable looking man. I just figured, what can I learn?
I see. Well, you see, I'm actually not from here. I'm from Germany. Is this some sort of child smuggling ring you have going on here?
Is that what you're into, sir? I can perhaps look into it.
Well, I mean, I prefer not to answer that.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Just say no!
the adults are talking, Pip. May I bother you for some money, good sir? I simply wish to buy a meal for myself.
And I kind of like look around. How much are you looking to?
Richard.
How much are you looking to get here?
Yes, no, Richard and me are good friends. Yes. However much you think is a fair amount for a man like me.
Well, you know, I just don't think I have. I just don't think I have any money for you, sir. I'll be honest. You look a bit mad, and I do have some business to attend to. So if there isn't anything else that is of interest to me, I will be on my way.
No, please.
We fight vampires!
Pip! Hey, please ignore the child. He's very, very active imagination.
Vampires, you say?
Fantasy creature.
Singular.
Anyway, perhaps you should come with me and meet my friends. I promise I can be of great use to you. My friends are very, very powerful people.
What the fuck is Bennett even trying to say? What is this game here?
Well, my character kind of lets out a deep sigh. Are these friends of yours similar to you in any way?
No, that's why I wish to be more like them. That's why
Sold.
I'm traveling. Oh. All right.
Take me to your friends.
Excellent, good sir. What was your name again? Please.
You can call me Gunter.
Gunter. Very well.
All right. So, Pip and Bennett, you lead Gunter back to Hampton House, the hotel that you're staying at, and you find Richard and Clyde and Peyton are sitting in the lobby, or in the dining room, having some breakfast. And it seems like Richard and Clyde have just been freshly discharged from the hospital. They're looking a little bit worse for wear, but more or less patched up from when you saw them earlier or later last week.
I want to proudly stroll in I accomplished something.
Okay. The rest of you see Bennett and Pip enter into the hotel with a new face who you've not seen before.
Oh my god, there they are! Hey, we're right here! Come have a seat!
So it's not a very busy hotel and not a particularly large dining room, so Peyton is basically just waving
Peyton,
and making a scene with nobody else in the room.
Yeah. Come on, little Pip, come on!
Friends, I found this. I found this man, this very prestigious man. I think he could be of great use to us.
It's some weird shit. Oh my goodness, well, it's great to meet you. My name is Peyton. This is Richard. This is Clyde. We're we're just so grateful to meet you. What's your name, sir?
You can call me Gunter. It's an honor to meet you.
Gunter, that's a very strong name, ain't it?
And I look over. I thought you said your friends weren't like you.
They're perfectly fine people. I assure you.
Now,
You know,
may I ask, is that a German background I hear in your voice?
It is, actually. Schmidt. Gunter Schmidt. And you are?
Ah, yes. Dr. Richard Mason, of course.
Oh, Dr. Mason!
Does Gunter know me?
Gunter, make a education check. You do not have dice, Gunter.
Yeah, I forget where I'm gonna put my dice. This is a strong start.
All right.
Maybe I will be granted one free DM roll.
How about this? Give me one moment.
He's gonna come there.
You're gonna
and
get
roll
dice
himself.
delivery.
That'll be. You need to tip him now.
Yeah.
Guys, I got him.
Oh, nice.
Lock the door. Lock the door, quick.
The keeper of arcane secrets is on his way. Ooh, that is not how I imagined that you entered Drew's room. I thought it was the right door.
Whoa, your immersion.
Yeah, I know. I'm all fucked up.
Please stand by while
Well,
While
we have some
God returns.
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
that's a big house.
Okay. So, Gunter, give me an education roll.
Okay, sounds good.
My dice are gone.
That's a 15.
15. That is a very good success for you.
Yeah, that's is that not an extreme success?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I have an education of 85, so
No?
Yeah, that's an extreme success. Yeah, you have heard of Dr. Richard Mason, Gunter. He is a very well-regarded British neurosurgeon, psychologist, kind of, mostly regarded in the medical field as a cutting-edge brain surgeon, as well as someone who's very into neurology and the
Psychology.
study of the brain.
yeah.
Some people regard him as a little bit of a strange man. And you would probably also know on an extreme success that he fought in the First World War.
Cool.
And is perhaps something of a controversial figure because of his unorthodox methods of neuroscience. But he's very well regarded, very famous in his field.
Oh, yes, Dr. Mason. You are quite the well-regarded man over in Germany.
Ah, yes, I have demonstrated my neurological papers many times, specifically my paper on the effects of electric shock therapy on the structures of the brain. You see, it's very interesting how overshocking the brain might cause extensive damage, but just a little bit of shock is even good for let's put over let's look over here at Peyton. Even Peyton could maybe a little shock once in a while.
Oh my! If it's anything like when I got struck by lightning that one time, then I'd be down for it. I didn't even realize that you could have research work both in the UK and German, given the fact that they're different languages.
Ah, yes. Well, you see, there's lots of interaction in the scientific world.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Well, I think I speak for all of us, Mr. Gunter, when I say that it's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
I mean,
Thank
yeah, it's nice to meet you and whatever, but are we recruiting now? Is that what we do now? We just find anybody off the street?
I'm just trying to help, Mr. Clyde. I swear, I have the best intentions here. I can kick him out
Gunter,
if you'd
hey,
like.
Gunter, did he ask you for money?
Fuck.
You know what, Clyde? He did.
Yeah.
I,
Figure.
I'm a simple man. I just want to eat.
Yeah.
We have food right here on the table, Bennett.
But I was out working all day. Miss Peyton. I'm aware.
I'll be
It's
honest.
very
I thought.
early in the morning.
That's
Oh
fine.
my
I'll be
God.
honest. When I thought Bennett was bringing me back here, it was to kill me off. So it's a pleasure that I am still alive.
Yeah, well, I mean, for now. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to do it, but if you stick around long enough, you're going to see some shit.
No, they're archaeologists. This is very the ancient things. That's all.
Oh, yeah, we're only hunting an ancient prophet, if not demon, if not kind of Egyptian gold, and he's been sending all sorts of nasties at us.
So the boy was right. There have been
Oh yeah.
wolves and
Oh,
vampires.
I was never around for no werewolves, but yeah, there was a vampire.
Hmm.
I believe someone mentioned a lizard before too.
When you said
You still,
vampire, just cracked me up for some reason. Vampire.
Dealing with
What,
vampires.
what
Hey, boy.
Yeah, I'm starting to sound like the old man that is obsessed with Chris from the
Hubert,
Yeah.
Hubert's the pedophile.
Hey, Mr. Vampire. No wonder that
Alright.
vampire took off.
Ugh.
yeah, anyway, we're an interesting crowd. What brings you around? What are you doing here? What's the situation?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Doc, you new guy.
Well, you see, I'm out here on a business trip, let's call it, from Germany. I work at the university, you see. I'm a professor.
Oh
Uh,
my
What is your
God.
area of study?
Fucking getting Richard
Oh.
all horny again. I'm gonna go drink.
So
I'm
it's
actually-
8:30 in the morning.
He's
and
grumpy American, as you can tell.
Clyde walks off to the bar to get a drink at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, Clyde, can you get me a champagne and orange juice, please? I don't usually drink like this. I know it's unladylike, but it's been a hard couple of months. Or a month. I don't even know anymore.
Well, you see,
Back to my question.
I'm a professor of physics.
Ah, intriguing.
Oh my God. How fast can you run a lap?
Well, I'm not too big of a
Oh
runner,
no, not that.
but would you like to
Is-
race?
Oh, no. I'm not. I don't race. Now, if you had a pig that you needed chased down, I'd chase that down in a heartbeat. With my trusty rope.
Yes, it's experiencing these Americans.
I'll come back with a whiskey and the champagne and orange juice.
Oh, thank you so much, Clyde. Oh, cheers.
Yeah, I mean, it's better not to drink alone.
Oh my goodness, where are manners? Mr. Gunton, do you want something? Here, and Peyton grabs another glass and just starts like pouring her drink into it for Gunter. Here you go, here you go. I'm so sorry. I should be pushing forward my southern hospitality just for you. Oh, I've never met a German man. I must just be all flustered.
The Peyton hands you a glass of orange juice and champagne, which I'm pretty sure the mimosa hasn't been invented yet. So Peyton just invented the fucking mimosa with honest to God French champagne.
Wow.
Dang.
1925 was
Crazy
the
Damn.
mimosa.
1925?
Yeah, in the at the
Yeah,
Ritz Hotel in
1925.
Paris.
Oh, at the Ritz. I was gonna say
It
not in
is
Kenya.
1925.
Yeah,
it's
I
March
know.
1925.
Damn.
Wow.
Bane's a fucking
Somebody took it.
forward-thinking girl.
Somebody
Was the
just saw
discoverer.
Peyton doing that and then took it back to France. And look what I invented.
You see the bartender behind the bar is taking notes as he watches you mix orange juice with champagne, Peyton. All right. So you guys have breakfast, and you get a little bit more acquainted with one another. What would everyone like to do today?
I think we should look into some of the people Elias interviewed.
Don't all speak at once, guys.
Yes, I believe the interviews would be a good start.
What interviews are these?
Well, that kind of predates my time.
Well, fuck, I'm newer than you.
I
Clyde.
have no idea what kind of interviews. We don't even have any
What
OG members left. Dude.
Oh, Clyde.
I'm an
We got
OG.
Clyde. We got
An
Clyde.
OG member.
I don't know what you're talking about though.
Oh, we already met Neville Germain, but there's also Dr. Starlin, Lieutenant Selkirk, and Colonel Endicott.
Sure.
That's why you read the handout section, everybody.
In Kenya.
It's all in that big one, in the big handout. It's like 8 paragraphs.
Peter, what's your character name again? I forgot to
Bennett.
my characters list.
Bennett E. Hanover.
Nails Nelson. And who did you guys interview last time?
They met Neville Germain.
Okay.
Yes, Neville
Trying to
Germain
find.
mentioned notes about Jackson Elias and told it was assassinated by the cult of the White Gorilla deep in the Congo Basin, city of the White Gorilla.
Went off on that, and that was about it.
He gave us a letter
Yeah.
from Shanghai, too, I think.
You stole a letter.
Oh,
from
we stole
Shanghai
it. Oh,
that
okay.
that Pip found in one of his dressers, I think,
Nice.
or somebody found it. I don't remember who.
I think it was me.
That sounds right. It sounds like a Pip
I
thing to
wanted
do.
I wanted to steal things.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Richard is raising a horrible son.
Excuse me.
That's out of
My
character.
son is
I'm
leaps
called-
and bounds
It's called
ahead of
an
everyone else in an
anti-hero,
academy.
Peter.
Oh,
It's an anti-hero.
I think it's just
Mark
anti.
Mark
Not too many
Selkirk, is that
people-
guy
Anti-Peter.
nearby?
Not too many people can properly remove a lung. May it be he called it a heart, but he still perfectly removed the lung.
Antichrist, not
Surgical
anti-hero.
hands.
It's not
Do
anti-
we know if Mark Selkirk is nearby? Is he in the city?
You know that he's a lieutenant, and you know that there's a large contingent of British soldiers here in the city. So you
Is
could.
there... Sorry, I was just gonna ask if there's a sommelier or no, not a sommelier. What's it called? The dude who's The same dude who helped us in fucking Egypt, who ended up being a dildo because we gave him so much money.
Oh, the translator?
Oh.
The guy,
yeah,
dude.
He's
like
living in my
guide.
house right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, are you talking about Professor Kafur, or are you
Kafur.
talking about the guide?
The guide.
guide. But I think there's like a special name for it at a hotel or whatever.
Oh,
Where they like give you information. I was trying to think of like a very specific word, but it never came.
yeah, I can't think of that right now. Yeah, you can just use the word guide though. Guide
Okay.
is fine, or translator.
Concierge.
But most people here speak English.
Well, we still need like directions and
I know the city
You
fairly
need to
well.
know who's around.
I stumbled around the city for a while, so I can get to any numbered location on the map.
Yeah, Bennett knows his way around the city after walking around for the last week.
Hip's weary of Bennett, so
Fair enough.
Does Pip say that out loud?
gives him a weird look.
So sorry, are we in Mombasa or Nairobi right now?
You're in Nairobi now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about all of y'all, but I think we should go check out and then talk with that Lieutenant Mark Selkirk. I mean, he did find the Carlisle expedition, which I believe, as we know, were pretty much swallowed whole by a bunch of monsters. Or was that somebody else? I get so confused. There's so many dead bodies along the trail.
You guys are chasing the Carlisle expedition?
Oh, yes, we are. I mean, in a way, yes. In a way, no. We're kind of going after the big baddies of the whole situation. You know, with the Bloody Tongue, the Dark Pharaoh, or Black Pharaoh, depending on the context.
Fools. Never will find anything.
Oh, well,
Well, we actually have found quite a bit.
Really?
Pip, little Pip here. He was even possessed, and the Dark Pharaoh personally threatened us. So I think we got quite the stuff, the kind of things uncovered so far.
Just trying to forget about that.
I mean,
So you're all mad.
no.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I wouldn't quite call myself mad. I do
No,
have to
you,
say
you
that it's
probably
very
one of the
intriguing.
maddest of us all.
Now, Clyde, I've worked on the brain. I understand madness, hysteria at its finest, but I can tell you this: I am not hysterical or mad.
I think
I am
Mr.
but
Richard is
intrigued
quite
by
sane.
science.
Yeah, Mr. Richard is
Thank you.
a great man. Great man.
Yes, Bennett here is my witness.
Yeah.
And my
it's,
good son here, Pip, is making me proud every day.
Yeah.
right.
What was the expedition called? The Carlisle. Okay. Well, if you guys are chasing the Carlisle expedition, then and you guys haven't died yet, well, I might just tag along. If that's okay with you guys.
Well, I think you should know that we've suffered some casualties along the way. Our most recent one being my dear friend Ruth. She was I don't really know what happened to her, but one moment she was jumping out a window, and the next I saw her crippled body on the ground. I mean, I guess it makes sense. She might have just jumped out the window for all I know, but I have a feeling it was that Macy's that did it.
Ruth's poor memory.
Like every time she's been talked about, it's been like, yeah, person we hung out with for a long time.
I love how the obvious conclusion you can draw from that statement is that Ruth jumped out a window and died from it, and you completely left out the part where she got crushed by a giant flying snake.
Well, no one saw that. We just saw her dead on the ground when we ran out of the building.
Let's get something straight here, Peter. Ruth can't complain because you guys literally just ignored Leon and were like, "Well, he died."
Ignore Ruth. Ruth's name is being tarnished each session. First by Harrison, and now this.
Hey, me and Harrison had a nice moment reminiscing about Ruth in the
That's
last
true.
session.
That is true. That is true.
The only one that got a proper memorial was yeah fuck.
Norman.
Yes, Norman. Thank you.
I mean, we could also try to find the other two artifacts that the Queen Nitocris is trying to gather. I mean, we destroyed the one. Do we need to even worry about the other ones?
Well, as a reminder, you knew that from what you understood, those 3 artifacts were in Egypt. You destroyed one by summoning the fire vampire. You stole another one, which is in your possession, and you're wearing it right now, Peyton.
Yeah.
and you don't know where the third one is.
Right.
But
We took both of them.
Dr. Kafour told you needed all 3 for the ritual to be completed. So destroying one of them basically nixed the entire
Right.
Yes.
operation.
We need a blade made of silver and that is enchanted in order to destroy the necklace.
Yeah, so as a reminder, Peyton, who is a very rural Southern belle from Tennessee, who wears very simple clothing, also has a gigantic necklace that looks like it's worth like a few $1,000s.
Shit.
Yes. So anyway, Gunther, if you can tag along at your own risk, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
I knew you'd like these people.
I'm afraid you are right, Bennett.
So what are we gonna do then? Clyde, you're our leader now. You're the only one left from when this journey all started, from my understanding.
Is the implication there that Harrison was the leader before he left?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we really operate off of leaders and whatnot. The team effort, you know.
I don't give a fuck, Clyde. What are we gonna do next? We're all lost. I'm having memory issues. We're looking horrible in front of Mr. Gunter here. Ben can't get a
And
word
I've
out
lost,
before
and
he
I've
starts
lost all my
talking
friends.
change.
So if you don't mind me asking, how did the Carlisle expedition lead you guys to Nairobi? Oh, wait, no, it's not Nairobi, is it? Is it Nairobi?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Nairobi.
lead you guys
You're
to Nairobi.
That's an excellent question, Clyde.
You know, things have not been easy for me these past couple of weeks, and I've kind of just been focusing on surviving.
Well, the
and remembering.
Carlisles died in Kenya, so that's.
But yeah, they did die, and then my
That's-
good buddy Jackson Elias, he did some tracing back this way too. So
I mean, this is the exact same thing I was talking about a month ago with Ruth, but she just couldn't give me a straight answer. It's like, why the hell are we even doing this right now? What is our end game? Do we want to kill the Black Pharaoh? Do we want to avenge this Jackson Elias fella who's our benefactor? What are we trying to do? I mean, if we're here to kill the Black Pharaoh, I said we just keep on moving forward with that. And if we're here in Kenya, because this is where the Cairo expedition met their own timely end, I would say that the next best bet is to go find this Lieutenant Mark Selkirk, seeing as he's the fellow that stumbled across their bodies all those years ago.
I mean, yeah, we can try that.
I agree.
You ain't offering any other solutions.
Yeah,
We even
What
know
the hell
he's
are you
in
talking
Nairobi.
about? You've
We
been
even-
sitting on your ass in a hospital the last 2 days while I've been out here sitting doing nothing.
Yeah.
I should be riding camels right now at a ranch. Instead, I'm here.
Popeyes, is that orange champagne making her angry?
Why, yes. You see, a good colleague of mine wrote a paper on the effects of. It's called alcohol. But I don't know if I've gone over that. But this alcohol can cause some people to become very confused. Honestly, sometimes euphoric, if in a manner of speaking, depending on how things go. But obviously, you're seeing anger behind it right now. This is why we don't deal with that. We body, okay?
All right, Richard. Then why don't you suggest a solution that we do next? What should we do next then?
Well, let me just look into my brain banks here for a couple seconds.
Oh. Let's just go find Lieutenant Selkirk. At least we're doing something.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yes.
a great idea, baby.
Yes. An interview with Mark Selkirk would be excellent. An excellent idea.
You're not even going to address him by his proper title?
Well, Lieutenant Selkirk, sorry. You never addressed me by doctor, so...
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't give a shit about you, and you're supposed to be like some sort of military man. I thought you were respected rank or some shit.
All right,
yes.
that's enough. I want everybody right now to all hold hands. Come on.
I'm going to go get another drink.
There's a lot of tension here. There's a lot of tension going on. I think we should all hold hands. Now grab my hands. Come on, Pip.
Do you guys grab Peyton's hands?
Grabs
No,
him,
I'm going to the
goes
bar.
for it instantly.
Kind of
I'm gonna
reluctantly.
be like, this happens... I'm gonna like whisper slightly, this happens quite a bit, actually.
Oh, just grab my hand, Richard.
Are we like in a
if you
circle? Or are we
insist-
doing like this? What's going on? What are we
We're
doing?
around a table, are we not?
Yeah, you guys were sitting around
Agent.
a circular table.
Okay.
Currently, I'm holding Pip's hand, and I'm holding Pip's hand and Peyton's hand, so we're currently a circle.
Well,
Right. Clyde,
Bennett is also holding a hand.
Yeah, I pulled
Oh,
someone's hand.
Clyde, come
No,
on.
I'm at the
Come
bar.
on,
No.
Clyde went to the other side of the room. Clyde went to the bar.
All right. Well, this is a bunch of honky tonk.
the dog.
But good talk, yeah.
They should make a song about that.
I'm just trying to bring us together because I feel like there's been a lot of tragedy and a lot of things have happened so far. And right now, we're all over the place. We have no direction. And every time we try to figure out what to do next, we sit here rambling for hours on end. And our leader over there is going away. He doesn't even want to be a good leader.
I'm gonna get like a drink to go, and then I'm gonna leave the building and try to find the lieutenant on my
Got a
own.
little sippy cup, a little straw.
As
So-
soon as Clyde leave, I'd like to also leave.
So you
Yeah.
watch as Gunter and Clyde leave the building.
I want to dash after them.
All right.
I'm gonna walk
So-
casually with Pip at my side towards them.
You all
Wants
briskly
a
leave.
piggyback ride.
What?
Aiden's just gonna be left sitting there with her hands up like this. She's gonna look defeated. And she's
I'm
just
gonna like offer my hand to the chair.
She's just sad now. As she gets up and sombers out with the rest of them.
And I'm giving
Aimless.
Pip a piggyback ride.
All right.
Let's
So
get the
you-
piggyback ride.
You all make your way out of the area of the hotel at your own pace. So, Bennett, you know that there is a building in Nairobi called Government House,
Mhm.
which is where a lot of the sort of official business for the colonial government takes place.
Makes
It's
sense.
sort of it's not too far from here. It's within walking distance, easy enough to get there.
I will guide the team.
Excellent. So, you guys make your way to the government facilities, where you are greeted by a secretary. She looks at your group. It's like, Hello, how can I help you today?
Well, we're looking for Lieutenant Selkirk.
Lieutenant Selkirk. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, but Lieutenant Selkirk met a tragic fate in a fire a few years back and is no longer with us.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
My
Where did
parents
that-
died in a fire.
I'm very sorry to hear that, sweetie.
Now, I do
Um,
have a question. Oh, go for it, Peyton.
Oh no, I don't have any good ideas. So why don't you go ahead, Richard?
Do you know who was under Lieutenant Selkirk's command when they found the Carlisle expedition?
I don't know who worked underneath the lieutenant, but Roger Corden, who is the colonial undersecretary, is not busy at the moment. I can see if he has a few moments to chat with you.
Yes, that'd be phenomenal. Thank you.
Of course. She walks out of the room and comes back a few moments later. Colonial undersecretary is a little bit like, not quite like governor. It's kind of more like, it's more of a like a bureaucratic role. But he is the colonial undersecretary for internal affairs. So she comes, yeah. She comes back a few moments later. If you'll follow me, I can take you to Mr. Corden's office. He has some time to speak.
Excellent. I'm gonna pick it back up and keep going.
All right.
Can I do a spot hidden roll in the office?
Sure. Yeah. Make a spot hidden roll.
Sweet. Sure. Yeah, I got it.
Very normal.
Normal success.
Very normal office building. There's nothing out of the ordinary that you see here.
Okay.
It's very, very normal, very pristine. So you're led into a not super nice office, but not bad office by any means, where there's a sort of older British gentleman sitting behind a desk. He's like, "Oh, hello. The secretary told me that you had some questions for me. My name is Roger Corden. I am the colonial undersecretary for internal affairs here at Government House. What can I do for you?"
Well-
We
Oh, Peyton, go for it.
no, Richard, you go ahead once again.
Oh, go for it.
No, Pip.
Richard, go.
Well-
Pip's shooting daggers at Pip right now.
Send him right back.
We had some questions regarding Lieutenant Selkirk and the Carlisle expedition.
Yes, that matter has been closed for a number of years now, but I can give you any answers that perhaps you seek.
Yes, that'd be fantastic. Happen to
Oh, sorry, Jared. You're cutting out a little bit.
am I? Is it better?
Yeah.
It
Slightly,
seems
I think.
It's in and out.
you'll have to do a sentence for us to tell.
Is it gonna be choppy or is it okay now?
It seems okay
Seems-
now.
Seems okay there.
Oh, okay. We'll fucking leave it there.
Cool.
I think this one's a little more like fickle on positioning than my other one was.
Gotcha.
Which I have to go get replaced. I just have to not be lazy about.
Oh, there it goes again.
Sounds
Oh.
like more of an internet thing than a mic thing.
Or
Yeah.
maybe
No,
like
my internet's
Bluetooth?
running fine. It's Bluetooth. It's running on Bluetooth, which is true. I'll switch to my other mic. You have questions? One sec.
Oh, Richard. Oh, you're such a gentleman. Yes. We had heard about the Carlisle expedition and that Lieutenant Selkirk was the one that discovered them, and we were just curious, seeing as it sounds like you were on the for the ride when he discovered it. If you noticed anything peculiar or anything like that after you discovered it, or was there kind of a change in Lieutenant Selkirk afterwards?
Well, I can't say that I can't take credit for the discovery itself. I oversaw the finer points of the expedition into the wilds, though I did not go on it myself. I was overseeing the internal investigation, though I had the members of the local military to do all of the heavy lifting. So, although I oversaw everything, I was not at the massacre site.
I see.
Yes. As far as Lieutenant Selkirk, he was relatively normal as far as I could tell, though it was, from what I understand, quite a grisly sight at the massacre scene.
Would you be able to give us that location by chance?
I'm sure if you spoke to some of the remaining members of the expedition, they should be able to point you in the right direction. Perhaps the King's African Rifles keeps a contingent here. They're not too far away. I can give you directions to the barracks. I have to ask, why is all of this of interest to you? This case has been closed for over half a decade at this point.
Hunting vampires.
No, sorry. We've been reading a lot of stories lately. We're following a friend of our dear friend Clyde here, who had done an expedition to track down the Carlisle expedition and everywhere they went. So we're kind of helping him complete his work. You see.
Who might this friend have been?
Clyde.
Fuck. My brain.
Jackson Elias.
Elias.
Is his name, I believe.
Thank you.
Or would he have gone by
That was
just...
me being dumb, not Clyde.
I see. I spoke to Mr. Elias some months ago. In fact, he came by my office. I'm afraid I disappointed him. He seemed quite a romantic and somewhat excitable, and I'm afraid that he was disappointed by the answers I gave him. The Nandi tribesmen undoubtedly murdered and mutilated the Carlisle expedition as part of some sort of ceremony in the wilds of Kenya.
Has this tribe been seen to do any cultish activities by chance?
I'm not quite sure what you mean, but it seems that some members of this particular tribe had some sort of pagan ritual in which they murdered the Carlisle expedition, and that was that. We executed the ones who we found responsible, and that was the end of the investigation. I'm sure some of the perpetrators got away, but that's the price that is unfortunately paid when dealing with such a large population.
So then,
Of course.
tell us more about the unfortunate passing of Lieutenant.
Dan.
Lieutenant
Selkirk.
Lieutenant Selkirk. Did I delete it already? Oh yeah, Lieutenant Selkirk.
There are public records regarding any witnesses to the massacre site. I know that the King's African Rifles keeps personnel records at Fort Smith. That's our local barracks. Though I remember Lieutenant Selkirk died in an accidental fire maybe a year or two ago, to my recollection.
What kind of accidental fire? Where was that? Was he at home?
Yes, I believe he was at his home here in Nairobi.
Oh. Where would that be located?
I cannot tell you because it's not in the book.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he can point you in the direction of a burned out building if you want to go check it out.
Yeah, when you talked to Jackson, did he say where he was going next? Did he say what he was doing? What else he was looking for?
I don't know. He seemed quite excitable and a little bit frenetic. It seems like he had perhaps made some stops already and had more to make, but he didn't give me any information about his uh, any further whereabouts that he may be seeing to. So, unfortunately, I can't give you a better answer than that.
You didn't asking about like certain locations or nothing.
Not to my knowledge. He was more intrigued by what I had to say about the expedition itself.
Well, I think other than just some more concrete directions to where the King's African rifles are located, I think we'll be on our way.
Indeed, um, I can I can give you directions to Fort Smith.
Oh, perfect.
And in
Jack,
fact,
sorry,
yeah.
what was his name?
Roger
Roger.
Corydon. So Corydon.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So, Fort Smith. Fort Smith is a little bit further away, kind of where you came from. But after wandering the city for a week, Bennett can get you there without without much hassle.
Did any of us do like a restock after all our shit got stolen?
Not to my
I mean-
knowledge.
I mean, I didn't have anything stolen for me personally.
What do you mean? You were carrying everything you ever owned when we were
I
at the
ha- I-
hotel?
Yeah, I carry a scalpel and a pistol. That's all I have.
I mean, we should probably stock up on stuff before the next encounter, hey?
Not a bad idea.
Some first aid supplies would be quite handy.
It's very easy to acquire firearms in Kenya.
Oh, Mr. Corydon, one more thing.
Yes.
Is there any stores nearby that a lady could protect herself with some purchases or just you know.
It sounds like you're trying to like sell yourself. Oh,
Firearms or any bandages. Just things.
I imagine most of those supplies can be found somewhere in Nairobi. Perhaps someone at Fort Smith would be better to ask in regards to weaponry.
You know what? That's a fantastic idea. Thank you very much for your time. It was lovely to meet you.
Likewise. If there are no further questions, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help.
it is okay. If we have any further questions about location possibilities, we will come back and ask.
All right. So, you guys gonna go do some shopping? You gonna go to Fort Smith? What's
Let's head
the
to
next plan?
I think we should head to Fort Smith first before we resupply on some things, especially if it's they're kind of like a military formation. We may be able to buy our weapons right from there.
Yes, I do think this is a very good idea.
It sounds like a Scottish meets German. That's awesome. Love it.
Trouble's gonna be keeping it consistent. That's why I didn't start out like that. I was like, man. Anyway.
Yes, they might even have some first aid supplies that I can take with us. It might help with making sure everyone's taken care of if we get any further injuries on our encounters.
Exactly. I mean, I could use a new cow rifle, that's for sure.
You did get the crappy shotgun from the back of the truck when you were running away from the hunting horror. So you do have the single shot shotgun, but that's not a particularly great weapon, but it's still a shotgun.
Right. I thought Harrison picked that up.
He did, but he gave it to you because his rifle skill was non-existent.
I see. So I do have a one-shot shotgun.
Yeah. All right. So you guys make your way to Fort Smith. Bennett can lead you there pretty handily. It's not like a super serious military facility that bars you from entry or anything like that. It's kind of just like another office building with sort of some more like training grounds out back and like everything else. You're ushered inside by some soldiers at the front door, and again, there's a little bit of talking back and forth between some officials. But talking to the secretary, is there anything in particular that you want to know, or anybody that you want to see?
Can you point me towards the first aid or medic station? I would like to purchase some medical supplies.
I think we could. I don't know if we can necessarily part with anything. You might want to talk to a hospital for that, mate.
Well, you might be able to make an exception for, I dare use my World War I military classification, but it'd be Captain Richard Mason of the Medical Brigade.
Right, you might want to talk to my superior officer then, mate. Or sir. I'm assuming you're not still a salaried member of the army.
No, I am a reservist now. I work as a neurosurgeon.
Right. Yeah. I can run it up the chain to my commanding officer.
And while you're at it, could you ask about if we could speak to anybody that was there the day that the Carlisle expedition was discovered?
With Lieutenant oh, good, I can't even remember. Selkirk.
Selkirk.
Yeah, I'll run it up the chain, and the soldier walks away. After a little while, you are told that you have an audience with somebody known as Captain Montgomery here at Fort Smith.
Jack Sparrow.
So you walk into a large, kind of nicer office than the last one you were in, and there's a man in his sort of middle-aged, probably in his early to mid-50s, gray hair, slightly balding on the top, with a fine mustache, which he sort of smooths over. Good day to all of you. What brings you here? You see, he has a very stiff demeanor. He stands up perfectly straight as you all enter into his office. I'm Captain Montgomery, and what brings you to Fort Smith today?
Well, we have a few things we'd like to inquire about. But first, the main thing we came here for is we're hoping you could help us with some information regarding what you and Lieutenant Selkirk had found with the Carlisle expedition. Location, maybe some possible areas of interest.
I do apologize, but I'm something of a busy man. I don't suppose you could maybe it's just.
I want to do a psychology check on him.
Okay, make a psychology check.
Dun, 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 okay. That is a 23, which is a hard success.
He looks completely uninterested in talking to all of you, and definitely doesn't want to waste his time talking when he could be doing literally anything else. But you did notice that when your group walked in, he did take notice of Peyton, and perhaps some female persuasion is what he needs.
I was just about to say. Oh, I understand you're very busy, sir, but we just wanted to get a few of these questions answered. It's for our friend who it's been his lifelong journey to find something like this. You understand how that can leave you unsettled in life, right?
You see his demeanor almost completely changes. He straightens his uniform a little bit. It's like, Ah, yes, of course, madame. I suppose I can spare a few moments to give you a hand. I'm Captain Montgomery. What's your name, miss?
My name's Peyton Flowers. I think I don't know. I don't have gloves off, but I put my hand out.
He takes your hand and kisses it.
Simp.
As I ask my first question, I'm gonna go like this, like, well,
Ew. I'm gonna look around the room for anything interesting.
how can you tell I've never
Make a
seen
spot
you
hidden
as
roll.
a woman before?
Just because I'm plainly curious and I'm picking on someone. I want to do a psychology roll on Gunther and Bennett.
Okay. What are you trying to discern?
I just want to see if they're uncomfortable. I got just a normal success.
Are you guys uncomfortable?
I'm uncomfortable, but not because of what just happened.
Okay.
Like slightly disgusted.
Okay.
I got a hard success on my spot hidden check.
All right. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary in here. Yes. What can I help you with, ma'am? I believe you mentioned you were interested in the Carlisle expedition. Is that
Yes,
correct?
we were just curious. We know that Lieutenant Selkirk was the man that found the Carlisle expedition, and that you closed that case that it was just some tribal people conducting some sort of ritual that ended up in terrible sacrifices. But we were just curious if you discovered anything that might suggest otherwise.
Well, I can have one of my men take a quick peek through the archives, see if I can perhaps jog my memory about that incident. Although I do remember that bloke's sister, Carlisle, Erica Carlisle. She came to Kenya around 1920, a few months after her brother went missing, and kicked up quite a fuss about trying to find him. You can see he calls one of his underlings into the office and has them comb through the files regarding the Carlisle expedition. I sent out the majority of the search parties into the wilderness to find anything. And it seems, as he looks over some of the dossiers and documents that he's given, there's only one man under my command left in Kenya who was at the massacre site following Lieutenant Selkirk's untimely demise not long ago. That man is Sergeant Leonard Bumpton. I can call him for you if you wish.
Bunton, you said?
Bumption, Bumption, Bumption.
Yeah. That would absolutely be wonderful. Do you know what happened to the Carlisle sister, Erica?
I believe she she made her way back to America once we found the remains of her brother and his friends.
All right. Oh, we met Erica, right? Didn't we?
Yeah,
Way back in
Clyde met Erica.
Yeah,
I know
Clyde.
of Erica. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I see. Well, yeah, that would be wonderful if you could look up get us in contact with the Sergeant Bumption.
I'll have him called up to the office right away.
Excellent.
Ma'am.
And where exactly was the Carlisle expedition found?
I believe it was found several hundred kilometers outside of Nairobi, in the Aberdare forest, if I remember correctly. So the captain once again has someone summon Sergeant Bumption, and a few minutes later, there's a sort of portly younger soldier who comes into the office. He's like, Sergeant, these individuals are interested in your experience with the Carlisle expedition. Would you be willing to talk to them? He's like, all right, sir. I can do that. What is it you wanted to know?
Well, we just wanted to almost hear a first-hand recount of your experience at the grave site, and if what your thoughts on everything was. We've obviously read the official reports and everything, but we work for a man who was trying to figure out if there was some other truth to the matter, and we're just finishing off his life's work to see if there was anything in interest to it.
I can give you my account, certainly. So it took us. There are several search parties. It took us a few days to find anything. There was good evidence that all of the members of the expedition were present and accounted for, or their corpses. When we finally got there, I saw heads torn off of bodies. I saw rib cages ripped apart. It was right horrible. If I'm honest, I've seen nothing to match it. There was bodies everywhere. Not bodies, mind you, but bits of bodies. There's an head here, an arm there. They were torn to shreds like you would tear a newspaper up. Something
Was there a
grabbed those.
liver?
I imagine there would have been, young man. Something grabbed those poor buggers, chewed the hell out of them. Begging your pardon, miss. You would have thought the jackals and buzzards would eat them down to the bone by the time we arrived, but the locals said the animals wouldn't even come near the corpses. Suppose even animals get bad feelings, I'm thinking. I never want sight of such a thing again. I got to imagine that there was some kind of secretive cult responsible, but that's maybe not my place to decide. And his statement is a handout, so I will put that handout in the handout section.
I appreciate you telling us that. I'm sorry for making you relive that horrible moment of yours.
Oh, it's all right, ma'am. Is there anything else you guys wish to know from this man?
You said you believe it's a secretive cult activity. Roger Corridon, who recommended us to come over here, mentioned that it was blamed on a tribe of people. Do you think they were the ones performing cultish activities?
I reckon so. I don't know too much about the tribes up near the Aberdare range, but I got to imagine that some cults and some tribe may be one and the same.
Do you happen to have knowledge of where some of these tribes may be situated up there?
I imagine there's a good amount of them tribes all over the place, but it would be difficult. You'd have to hike into the backcountry to find them, or know somebody who already knows where to find the villages.
Do you happen to know anyone that might be of service around that either does tours of the forest or anything?
I suppose there's one white fella who might know the way around there, but he's not the most reliable as he sort of looks around the room. His name's Nails Nelson. He frequents a local pub called the Loyal Defender. He's not an enlisted man, mind you, anymore, but he was in the army at one point. He might know his way around. As a reminder, Nelson is mentioned in the handout.
I know. I remembered the name. So you said that it was called the local fester?
The Loyal Defender.
Oh.
The local fester.
You rank
I would go to
one.
local fester.
Yeah. Um,
Right, Captain Montgomery speaks up. That'll be all, Sergeant. Dismissed. And the sergeant leaves the room. Well, I'm sorry that that Sergeant Bumpkin couldn't be of more use. I feel that he's done little more than waste your precious time, as it were.
absolutely. I would disagree, Captain. I think he was wonderful. Gives us something to go off of, which is better than what we came here with.
Of course, ma'am. Well, is there any more service that I can be of?
I believe I'm not too sure if you would sell anything to us civilians, but we have been encountering some vicious folks in the past here, and we were actually robbed of a lot of our weapons and have you nots. We were just curious. Would you be able to sell us or point us in the direction of a place where we could purchase some more protection?
I imagine there are a number of stores within Nairobi for sporting goods. There's many tourists come here on safari to hunt big game, so I imagine you should be able to get rifles of all sorts in town. I may know of a few places any sort of gives you general directions to places that you might be able to find some firearms.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate your time today.
Of course. Should you need anything else, feel free to come back to Fort Smith.
Well, thank you. And Peyton starts heading towards the door. Seeing she's the de facto leader now, she walks with her head high and as she leads the squad outside.
Let us hear.
Yeah. You guys watch as Peyton walks head held high out of Fort Smith as you all
Peyton, where are you going?
I'm heading to the gun store. Little Pip, you want something?
Yeah?
Well, come along. She sticks out her hand to hold his hand so they can stroll down the street together.
Excellent.
Pip's gonna get a double barrel sawn off shotgun.
I remember my first double barrel sawn off shotgun.
All right. So, are you guys all following Peyton?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to find, just because it's worked in the past, a newspaper stand.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough to find that there's one well-known paper here in town, Clyde. You buy a copy off of a local vendor. It is called the Nairobi Star. It's a smaller newspaper, probably only a few sheets long, but that's all that you really need for a town of this size. There's only a few thousand people live in Nairobi at this point in time.
Anything
yes.
interesting in those pages?
It speaks about a fire that was set mysteriously on the train coming into town last week, and how there's still no leads in the case. Other than that, nothing too interesting.
Little Easter egg there.
After you buy the newspaper, give me a spot hidden check, Clyde.
Oh, that's good. That's a hard success.
Hard success. You notice down the street there is a teenager of sort of a darker complexion with a darker skin tone seems to be looking at you, and as you kind of look over your newspaper to him, he begins walking down the street and behind and ducks around the corner of a building, and as soon as you make eye contact with him, but it looks like he was looking at you.
Can I try to cut him off if I like head down a separate alley?
He was quite a ways away from you. He was probably a block or more away from you. It would maybe be tough to cut him off.
Okay. Well, then I'll head towards where I last saw him, casually. Paper tucked under my arm.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, you walk down to the you walk down the street, and as you turn the corner to look at where he went, you don't see anybody.
I'll just look around. Is there anything on the ground or anything? Anything that he might have left behind?
Anything that he might have left behind. Make another spot hidden check for me.
Not as good, but a normal success.
Normal success. Yeah, probably. You definitely saw this dude meet your eyes and then walk away, but you don't see any evidence of him leaving anything behind.
I'll step into the alley and follow that for a little bit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Last time one of us went into the alley alone, it was Leon, and he almost got impregnated by a fish person.
He did get impregnated by a fish person.
He didn't get impregnated, but he puked it up.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll get like new little tidbits of some past lore.
Imagine
It
how
was a
Drew
very-
feels today.
It was a very dramatic moment. He tried to impregnate me multiple times, and I managed to resist.
I mean, you are
Jesus
submissive and
Christ.
breedable.
Clips out of context.
Jared was voted most breedable in high school.
Oh no! I don't know if that's the title I want.
Title
I'm
you got
sexy
though.
and I know it.
Give me a navigate roll, Clyde.
Navigate. I'm not going too far. Like I'll go like down to the first intersection kind of thing. The fuck is navigate? There you are. Sweet. Got nothing in it. I fail.
You walk around the alleyways, and doesn't seem anything of interest.
I'll try to go find my crew.
All right. The rest of you make your way to a sporting goods store or a firearms store, if you prefer. And yeah, it's fairly well stocked. You can buy most any firearms within reason. You can't buy like machine guns or anything like that, but any rifles, shotguns, pistols you can buy. You will have to purchase a acquisition license for Kenya. But that's easy enough to do.
Did they sell any medkits?
Sure, we'll roll it in with that.
Nice. I would like to buy 2 medkits.
Okay.
Oh, I have 2 medical cases. I just have never used them.
Yeah, you definitely. Well, considering you make a lot of medicine checks, let's consider those used at this point.
Okay. So I'm gonna buy 3 medical cases.
Okay.
Like, how do med cases actually impact medicine checks?
Here's the thing. I hand wave a lot of that stuff because it's kind of like the book doesn't have rules on it.
Okay.
So if you want to buy complete. Oh, hang on. Those are the modern day prices. We want the 1920s prices.
Very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me that
You
morphine.
can buy this gun for 10 cents.
Yeah. Not quite, but.
Oh,
Close.
fuck! Surprise Courtney cameo!
Oh, Courtney!
There's 2 desks in that room.
Yeah, there is.
Crazy.
Oh
Hey.
my goodness!
Wow.
Laptop and a monitor.
Yeah, a medical case comes in at $10.
All right, I'll buy 3 of them.
Considering you've made a lot of medicine checks, we'll consider it those ones that you purchased spent at this point.
Okay. I still have laxatives.
Fuck. Forgot about those.
I have 12 laxatives. I need to spike someone's drink.
Yep. Hey man, it's cheap. It's a laxatives cost 25 cents.
Oh my god, I could buy more.
You could buy thousands more if you wanted to. The rest of you, are you purchasing any firearms at this firearms store?
Nah.
What type of firearms do they have?
Mostly pistols, rifles, and shotguns.
Okay. What's their
I do
rifles
wanna-
and shotgun selection like?
They have
I
a
want a
lot
sawn
of.
off.
They have a lot of British-made bolt-action rifles, and some large double-barrel hunting rifles for shotguns and the like.
Is there anything German made down here?
Make a luck roll for me.
Okay. Let's see.
Could I make my own sawn off with a double barrel?
You could, in theory, do that. You could, in theory, saw the stock and the barrel off of a double-barrel shotgun.
I forgot how luck rolls work. I rolled, and I rolled above my number. No luck?
Then you failed.
Okay,
No, nothing German-made here at the moment.
gotcha.
Can Peyton just get a standard rifle?
Sure.
What
Just
would
a
a rifle
regular.
cost?
Object to the squad.
A Lee Enfield rifle, which is the standard British bolt-action rifle for the military at this point, will cost you $10.
Huh.
What's a really high end rifle?
Really high-end rifle.
Yeah.
R98.
Courtney says thanks, Drew.
A say like a Springfield rifle or something like that will cost you $80.
You could add a free Springfield if they took Leon Sniper.
I could buy 8 Lee Enfields for the price of that Springfield.
You could shoot 8 times before you have to reload.
Please.
I would also like a Lee Enfield.
All right, you guys both buy a Lee Enfield rifle.
I buy double barrel and a saw.
I saw.
I don't think I should be selling firearms to you, young sir. You seem a little young for it.
Oh,
I
don't
slip
worry.
him an extra $5.
If it eases your conscience, we just using to shoot at bottles in the backyard. Target practice, you know.
I'd feel a lot better if one of the adults was purchasing the.
Ah, yes. I shall stand in.
I give Richard my money and
Thanks, Richard, finally for coming in.
Well, Richard was looking at the med kits. Yes, I will purchase this sawed-off shotgun and a saw. What do you need a saw for? Okay, this shotgun.
As a note, Richard, you already have a couple of bone saws available.
Oh, that's true. I'm just gonna be like, no, I have a saw for you. Don't worry.
oh, okay.
Put the saw away. I will purchase this
back on
double-barrel
the rack.
shotgun and some shotgun shells.
So
Oh yeah, I need
The-
ammunition too.
the shotgun will cost $40.
Yes.
A box of 12-gauge shotgun shells is $4. So $44.
All right.
Excellent.
Could I also buy some Enfield and some Mauser ammo?
Yes, I need
Yes.
some Enfield ammo.
Okay, so take away the $10 for the Enfield for both of you, and then Enfield.
Can't believe they named a gun after a Super Mario World 2 boss.
Lee?
Anfield?
The Mauser.
I'm pretty sure. I think the Mauser was named first.
They named it after Mario, Jared. Idiot.
Like the
Nintendo
Mickey
was like-
Mouser.
Nintendo before the day was had like an accent. It's like Nintendo.
I saw a tweet today where it was just like, do you think the Queen of England would know who Mario is? Like, do you think if you
I
showed
saw
her
that one.
Mario, she'd say, that's
Oh my
Mario?
God.
Just curious. Sorry if they've covered this in the new season of The Crown.
She points at Chris Pratt.
So fucking uncultured. Come on, Queen.
We'll put a box of Lee Enfield's ammunition at $5 for a box of
Okay.
100.
Okay.
Get one box of it.
What about the Mauser?
Mauser will put at
Also, how much? Like, how many rounds?
$2 for a box of 100.
Okay.
Do you have the damage for a shotgun?
Which one is it?
Um,
I can tell you. It's not if Jack doesn't have it.
Double barrel shotgun is 4d6 at 10 yards, 2d6 at 20 yards, and 1d6 at 50 yards. But you're reducing its range because you're sawing it off. So I would probably say it does the same. I don't want to keep track of that. Oh, actually, shit. Actually, I do have a sawed off option here.
46,
Ooh,
1d6,
shit.
right at 510?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
lucky guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only effective within 10 yards though.
Okay.
Why on earth would you saw off a shotgun?
Because I'm small.
Now, what is the actual point of doing that anyway?
Well, I'm just looking at like the damage here, and I'm like, what?
I think in real life it increases the spread.
Yeah.
At short distances.
I was just more, yeah. I was literally just talking in the context of like the game where it's like saw it off, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm looking at the damage because I'm being meta, and it looks useless as fuck.
Yeah.
Even has less bullets in the gun. Anyways. Oh no.
How does that work?
No,
It's a
I
double
lied.
barrel.
I lied.
Single barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
So would that
Alright.
be it's 2 attacks then? If it's a double barrel?
You can fire once or twice per round.
Okay.
So when it says 1/2, is that I fire once every 2 rounds?
Where does it say that?
Just for the Lee Enfield, it says attacks 1/2.
The Enfield.
The 303 Lee Enfield. Let's see,
For me,
1/2.
For me, it just says 1.
Okay, I'll take
You-
1.
You can make 1 attack per round with the Lee Enfield.
And then 10 ammo, 100 malfunction.
Yep.
110 yards.
110 yards. Yeah.
2d6 plus 4.
Yep.
Okay. Might as well verify that since one of those was wrong. Cool. So if like my money is like, because we were talking about like the spending level and stuff like that.
Oh, you know what? I was also wrong about the price of the Lee Enfield. It has a production cost of $10.
Oh,
It has
okay,
a retail cost of $50.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, how is the double barrel like that much more
Yeah.
expensive than the
hmm
rifle?
Luxury item.
The British government also produced millions of Lee Enfield rifles.
Yeah, no kidding.
Millions of them.
That's nuts.
Bet.
It was the standard issue rifle from the late 1800s all the way through World War II.
So I forget how money works. So I have spending level and I have cash.
You have a spending level of that's what you can spend per day without having to dip into your assets or savings.
So if I just
And
spent
then-
$57.
Then you'd have to remove $7 from somewhere because you have a daily spending limit of 50 because you're quite wealthy.
Right. Okay.
Bennett's gonna like awkwardly ask for a pistol, but I keep looking at the group because he has no money, but he knows this fund exists.
Is anybody going to buy Bennett a pistol?
Yeah, I'll buy Bennett a pistol.
Would you like to put it on the Jesse Hughes fund?
No, Bennett's a good guy. I'll buy the pistol.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of pistol are you going to buy Bennett?
Bennett was
No,
gonna.
you don't.
Bennett knows nothing about firearms, so he's just gonna be like, a good one.
Now, Bennett, have you ever shot a gun before?
Oh, you pull the trigger, right, Mr. Richard?
No, there's much more to it. We had to go through months of military training to learn how to shoot properly.
I'm not worried.
Yes, well, we'll have to do some practice then with it. I'm gonna buy him.
I'll be back in like 20 seconds. I'm just grabbing a drink.
Roger, Roger.
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 I'm gonna buy him a Weebly Mark 6.
You are handed a British revolver.
Oh, it's shiny.
That will set you back, Richard. That will set you back.
Did he buy the pistol?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how much it costs.
What do you get?
A Weebly Mark 6.
Oh. It's like $25.
I'd assume it'd be less than the Enfield, because...
Yeah. It'll set you back $25 or $30, depending on which one you got. There's a 45 and there's a 38.
I think if 38 is enough for our good friend Bennett here.
All right. So that'll do 1d10 damage per round or per shot. You can fire it once per round up to without penalty, up to a maximum of 3 per round, like pretty much every other pistol.
The 45 and 38 do the same damage?
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay.
No, a 45 does 1d10 plus 2.
Oh, I see the plus 2. I got it. My bad. All right.
Okay.
And then some ammo, I guess. How much? I'll buy him. I have 44 rounds of my ammo, so I'm gonna buy him 40-ish rounds. Well, how many bullets can it hold, the Weebly? It's just 6, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a revolver, so.
Yeah, so it's 6. Okay, so.
Oh, actually,
I'll buy
I think the smaller caliber version I think can hold more bullets. It's because it's a smaller round. I think they made the cylinder carry
8,
to my knowledge.
Okay, so I'll buy him. I'm gonna buy him.
A box of 100 rounds is $2.
Oh, I'll buy a box of 100 rounds, and you know what? I'll buy a box of 100 rounds for my gun too.
Okay, the 45.
Yeah.
The 45 costs $4.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I'll do it anyways. So
Okay.
Oh, high roller.
There you go. All right.
I guess
so you guys.
I want to clarify real quick for like my shotgun like shells that I bought. Would that be like 20 shells? I guess.
What do you mean?
I bought like a box of shells or whatever. So how like do I need to keep? Obviously, need to keep track of that. How much would
Yeah,
come in a box?
I gave you the price for if you were buying 100 shells. So you have
Oh.
100 shells.
Holy fuck, that's a lot. I was like, yeah, I'll just go with 20. That's all right, cool. Yeah. And does that mean 102 because the shotgun is loaded, or is it just 100?
The shotgun doesn't come with ammo
Okay.
preloaded in the chamber.
Hey, you never know. Some people might have some like buy one get one, buy one get it. You know.
Yeah. Sure. Maybe some
What-
people. Not this shop owner.
Hey, you don't know Kenya. Me and that guy had a,
I'm the one with the books.
but that guy and I had repertoire.
You mean rapport?
Sure.
No, that guy who didn't want to sell you a gun. Because
Don't worry about it, Jack. You don't remember that.
I do remember that though.
Jack, let me gaslight you, please.
No. I swear to God, I'll kill your character so quick. The fucking snake demon comes back from out of nowhere and crushes you like she crushed Ruth.
No one saw it though, so we're just gonna. It's a rumor.
The rumor.
Crush my face, daddy.
Mm.
Trending on Twitter.
Snake demon.
Alrighty. So, you guys are all outfitted. What would you like to do now?
Well,
see
I guess
nails?
The next logical place is to go to Fort's, or not Fort Smith, is to try to find nails. Yeah, sorry, Pip.
Go back to Fort
It's
Smith.
like-
What's up, dudes?
Yes.
We're gonna rob you.
We got a bunch of guns. Now we're back.
Yes. Nails Nelson, I believe, would be the next ideal area to visit. Or person to visit.
He supposedly hangs out at the local defender a lot.
And Bennett, do you know where that is?
I don't think I do.
Make a navigate roll for me.
Didn't you like travel the city?
I only know where all the numbered locations are, and it's not on the numbered locations.
We could just go to the mountains where this cult is claiming to be, seeing as we all have a lot of firepower now.
I failed.
Yes. But I more would like someone to help us navigate, because once you get into those forests, I'm sure it's quite tough to navigate through them.
Yeah, Nelson Nails would be able to help us. Would he now?
I do believe we could handle ourselves out there. It's more of a matter of getting there that I need to.
We don't even know the exact location. Forests are pretty big. I remember back on the old ranch, we lost some cattle during a storm, and it took us over a week and a half to find it, and we only had a couple 100 acres worth of land.
Yes, but also Sergeant Bumpton said that those tribes are scattered throughout the forest, so we don't know exactly where we're going.
No, we
Yes,
know they're in the mountains though. There's other tribes scattered throughout, but the tribe that we're looking for is in the mountains.
No,
Yeah, it was
didn't I ask him, and then he said that tribes like that are spread throughout the forest.
no. He told us exactly what forest it was where they died.
No, yeah, no, the exact forest, but I mean, he said there's a bunch spread throughout up there. So it's not like he told us an exact location of one specific tribe.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'm looking at
The
the
Aberdare forest.
You're talking about the white gorilla stuff.
No, I'm in here. That whatever notes these are. The cult of the Blighton exists, though finds no first-hand evidence of it. Tales include children stolen for sacrifice to come down from the mountain and the black wind and carry people off. The cult
Yeah.
worships an folklorist.
But do we know what mountain?
Which paragraph is that in?
It's the first one.
1, 2, 3, 4, fourth paragraph down.
Follows up on the Kenyatta interview. So that's when Jackson interviewed somebody named Johnston Kenyatta.
Okay, well, Nails Nelson is the person who could lead us directly to where the Carlisle expedition was found. So I think we should go to him so he can lead us into the Abdare Forest to find where they were found, and maybe we might be able to find the Black Mountain from there.
Do we know Nails can lead us to the location? Didn't he?
That's what.
I think he just said he knew about it because according to our notes here, it said he apparently saw Jack Brady, but I'm not sure if he knows more than that.
Well, he did say he was the best one to help navigate the forest.
Oh, okay.
Thompson
Sorry.
said-
Yeah.
Thompson said that he'd be able to lead us right there.
Well, then we should find him indeed.
Now, we've always done things by a vote, so who votes we go find Nelson, and who votes we go find this mountain?
I'm gonna wait to see what Richard votes for.
As a note, none of you know where the mountain is.
I know, that's why I'm going to vote. I'm going to say I'm voting for the Nails Nilsson. I believe that would be the
We've been
best
looking for the
one.
mountain for over a year. All right, we're not gonna find it now.
Yeah, let's go to Australia.
Why not Hong
The whole
Kong?
re-
Fucking leave another country
Well, we gotta commit some crimes then.
yeah.
The Black Mountain was the whole reason why we argued about coming to Kenya first. It just because we figured the end game would be at the top of the mountain fighting the Dark Pharaoh. Remember?
Yeah, no, I know, but Clyde wanted to go to the mountain
Oh,
right
I'm
away.
talking to Clyde. I'm talking to Graydon.
Yeah, you only have if we find a guide, sure, but I'm just saying that maybe we find more at the mountain than we do talking to people from events that happened 5 years ago.
Well, why don't you tell us where the mountain is then?
No, I'm saying we find a guide to take us to a mountain.
Well, who's
Well,
the guy that tells us?
Well, I mean, whoever, but that's what I think should be the next step is.
So the next step should be to go find some person who we don't even know who it is to tell us how to find the mountain where we don't know where it is. We're going to another place.
Surely there's some guides around here, you know.
Why don't we go to Nails Nelson and you can ask him about your questions for the Black Mountain and we'll see how far you get.
Right.
There you go. I think that's a democracy. If I had heard
Democracy.
All right.
Sai.
Just because it sounds like there's some confusion with the big paragraph handout. So, it's broken into different sections of evidence that Jackson collected while he was in Kenya. So, 4 follows up on the Kenyatta interview. Elias confirms from several good sources that the Bloody Tongue exists, though he finds no first-hand evidence of it. Tales include children being stolen, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Black Wind, Mountain. The cult worships a god unknown to folklorists, one fitting no traditional African pattern. Elias lists Sam Mariga at the railway station, Neville Germain, Dr. Starrett, Lieutenant Selkirk, and Colonel Endicott as people that he questioned in regards to the Bloody Tongue.
right.
Set 7 is where Nails Nelson is mentioned.
Yeah.
Elias ran into Nails Nelson at the Victoria Bar in Nairobi. Nelson had been a mercenary for the Italians on the Somali-Abyssinian border and had escaped into Kenya after double-crossing his employers. Nelson claims to have seen Jack Brady alive in Hong Kong less than 2 years before Elias was in Kenya, and long after the Kenyan court declared that Brady and the rest of the Carlisle expedition was dead. Brady was friendly, though guarded and taciturn. Nelson didn't press the conversation. This report only strengthened Elias's belief that the principal members of the Carlisle expedition might still be alive.
What? That's weird because the report said the his buddy Roger, or no, Captain. The captain told us that every body was accounted for in the report.
Well,
Yeah, you see bits of bodies.
at the end of set 6, it says there's no Caucasians found among the dead.
Well, I think Nails Nelson's the next best place to go then. Talk to him.
Sounds like you guys have some conflicting evidence.
Well, we have a possible solid lead in Nails Nelson. I believe that would be a wise decision. From there, if we deem he is absolutely useless and can't help us, then we can go on to the mountain.
All right.
Sure.
Yes, I like looking for this nails person. That's what
All
seems
right.
most wise.
So, you guys make your way to asking for directions. Bennett can probably get you to this bar that has been purported to. It's about midday at this point, maybe just past noon, and there is one person and a bartender sitting at the bar. You see a very disheveled-looking, pale-skinned man with like a perpetual 5 o'clock shadow and like scruffy brown hair, sitting haggardly at the bar.
I'll go to the bar.
All right. Why do you go up to the bar and see a very hungover-looking gentleman who is has just finished a beer?
I'll order myself a whiskey and turn to the guy. Yeah, it looks like you're empty.
Yeah, that I am. Are you buying?
Yeah, sure, I'll buy you around.
Much appreciated. He pushes his empty glass forward, and the bartender brings him another one, and he begins to drink it down, and keeps drinking it until there's about that much left in the bottom of the pint glass, and he puts it back on the table.
Give him an impressed look, and I'll shoot back my whiskey.
He's like not even paying attention to you. He's just like staring blankly forward into the bar.
What's your name, stranger?
My name's Bertram. Folk around here call me Nails.
Yeah, why do they call you that?
Don't know, mate. It's just a fucking nickname.
Yeah, fair enough. So, what makes you so thirsty?
He tips back the rest of his beer. Buy me another one of these. I might be more willing to answer questions.
Yeah, sure. You know, I'm just being polite. I'm always in them. You know, always looking for a drinking partner, and I'll get 2 more.
Right. He drinks this beer a little bit more slowly. What is it you want, mate?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm a friend of Jackson Elias, and I heard he talked to you.
I remember the bloke. American, if I recall.
Yeah, that was it.
It was quite a while ago. A few months, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good buddy of mine, and well, I mean, he met a rather unfortunate end, and I'm just trying to follow his footsteps and find the people responsible.
All right, well. You think I'm responsible or something like that?
No, just here to ask you what you talked about, what he told you. Anything
He
you
was
can remember.
was asking about Carlisle expedition. I didn't know too much about that, but I met one of the members in Hong Kong a couple years back.
How'd you manage that? I thought they all died.
Mate, I'm just telling you what I saw. I met Jack Brady with my own 2 eyes in a bar in Hong Kong 2 years ago. So maybe they didn't all die. Maybe there's at least one of the buggers still kicking around out there.
That's something. Did he tell
Ain't
you
it
anything
just-
interesting?
Let's see. No, it didn't tell me much more aside from just met the man. Recognized his face from the newspapers. He was a soldier too at one point, if I remember correctly.
I don't know if that's true or not.
It was in 1923. I think the bar was the Yellow Lily. It's on Wanxing Street near Causeway Bay, if you're ever in Shanghai. But I'll be damned, that's a fucking far way to go just to try and track down a man.
Yeah, well, it's he was real close to me. Yeah, so
But
I
Jack
mean, hell.
Brady?
no, fucking Elias.
Oh,
And I'm tracking down anybody who might know anything, but I mean, if I can meet Brady, I mean, hell, I'd like to meet a dead guy too.
guess I've got that over on you then. I've already met your mystical dead man. He kind of coughs a little bit. Oh, fuck my head. You need anything else, mate?
Well, maybe. See, a group of friends and I, well, like I said, we're following some footsteps, and we're thinking we want to go and see the site of the massacre for ourselves. Maybe there's a mountain that we've heard about as well. We figured we heard maybe you're the man for the job.
Oh. What you thinking?
I'm thinking we could borrow your expertise in navigating, getting us there, steering us the right direction and keeping us safe from the wildlife or any other tribes out there, and just seeing what we find.
What's the pay like?
Well, I would say we're flexible. What are you hoping to get?
Does the math in his head. You say you're looking to see the Carlisle massacre site.
Like,
That's in Habitat. Oh, $500. I'll take you there.
yeah, I think we could do that.
Make a psychology roll for me, Clyde.
Didn't even barter.
I am sole founder of the Jesse Hughes Fund. I
True.
don't have to worry about it.
True, I guess.
Psychology. Sweet. Yeah, I can do that. Nope. I got a 99.
99. Is that a fumble?
I have 14 in my skills, so I think.
That's a fumble. Yeah.
Oof.
What
Clyde,
does that mean?
this man, Nails Nelson, is a man of few words, but he is the most trustworthy guide that you will possibly find in all of Nairobi, and you are convinced of this fact. This man knows Africa like the back of his hand. He has a rugged exterior, and he clearly knows exactly what he's doing at any given time.
I love that's the fail. We're fucked.
Fine.
I'll just take my cyanide pill now, thanks.
You think you're getting him for a steal at $500 US.
What?
And you should buy him another drink.
I mean, yeah, I'll buy him another drink. That's no problem.
Damn it, Green.
He finishes his other beer and goes on to the third.
Fucked. We're so fucked.
Damn it, Green.
I love it.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Right. He stumbles off of his bar stool, still holding the beer. Right then, where we headed, mate?
I mean, we can start by introducing you to the crew.
Just a side note.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was deep in it right just now.
Mm-hmm.
Graydon,
Hmm.
did Clyde press further into his conversation with Jack Brady in Hong Kong?
I didn't press
A
too.
little. He
Yeah,
gave you the location of the bar that he was at, but he told you that he didn't talk about anything in particular
What was
with
the
Jack
location
Brady.
of the bar?
It was. Hang on,
I'm
I'll
assuming
just.
the lamp, whatever.
The Yellow Lily.
The Yellow Lily was the
right.
name of
Okay,
the
yeah, I
bar.
remember hearing that now.
I'll put the full address in the handout section.
Oh, and that Tom Brady is the guy who saw? Sorry?
Jack Brady.
Jack
Tom
Brady.
Brady's a football player.
Right.
Tom
I knew that.
Brady.
No wonder we're hunting him down.
We're trying to get his sperm.
So Nails stumbles off of his stool, chugs the rest of his beer, puts it down on the bar top. All right, which way then, mate?
Yeah, it's over this way. Follow me. And I'll lead them to the rest of the group.
He staggers around a little bit before being presented to the rest of the group. The man is very disheveled. He's wearing dirty clothes, has like a total like 5-day beard going on, and is looking very tattered. Looks like he likes to hit the sauce.
When they approach,
Mhm.
I'm as everyone else exchanges pleasantries with Jack. Peyton's kind of pull Clyde to the side and just mention to him, like, Clyde, I was thinking about it, and I believe the Carlisle expedition, they were found. The massacre site is near the Black Mountain. So if we find the location, we'll find the Black Mountain. So we're going for the same thing right now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. 2 birds, 1 stone kind of deal. But we still need someone to get us there. And I mean, honestly, this guy, he seems like the real deal. You know, I kind of got a gut feeling about this.
Well, it sounds like he's the only person alive that can take us there.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, if you want to ask him anything, he's pretty limbered up right now.
Did you ask him about his encounter with this Jack Brady?
Yeah, he gave me a location. The Yellow
Yellow.
Lily in Shanghai, but that's a problem for a later date.
Right, right. Well, I'm not sure if I have any other questions other than let's get him to a state where he can take us where we need to be, and let's get going.
Yeah, I mean, I figure we need to gather some supplies. I don't know if it's if we get a vehicle or we get like a wagon. So I don't fucking know what's.
We'll find something. Jack, Jackson's notes? Did we get
Mhm.
like an actual? Did we find that? Like, how did we come across that again?
That was sent to his publisher in New York. So when you met with his publisher, because there was Carlton Ramsey was his lawyer. His
Yeah.
publisher was I want to say his name's Jonah Kensington, I think.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
He was the manager of Prospero House,
Yeah.
which was the publishing company that published Jackson's books. So Jackson sent all of his notes that he had recorded in Kenya to Jonah.
Right. So then we received that then, or did we
Yeah.
get this?
Yeah, you got that when you visited Prospero House and visited Jonah following Jackson's funeral.
Okay. Yeah. So
So,
we had this
yeah.
for some time.
You've had that for a while. I re-uploaded it so it would be closer to the bottom, and so you guys could see all the information you have in Kenya, which is
I see.
not very much. You basically just have that and the one note and whatever you've found since you've been in Kenya.
Fun fact, the session where we met Jonah Kensington was October 29th last year. Almost a year ago exactly.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Okay.
Good
Then
note taken.
I just recorded the
we
date.
happened to- 'cause I was reading through it. Did we happen to actually have a copy of the Carlisle's itinerary in Cairo?
Their itinerary in Cairo.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have like their full itinerary. You would have newspaper clippings of what they were doing. And then Clyde did some research. You know that they met with Omar Al Shakti at a nice club a few times, and I think at Omar Al Shakti's house. And you know that they were doing excavations close to Dashur, I think, where the bent pyramid was.
Yeah, and that's where that whole ceremony took place, just outside of it, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when we went into that same pyramid and Pip got possessed.
Yeah. And then once they finished off their excavation in Cairo, that's when they went to Kenya. And you don't know what their itinerary was once they got to Kenya.
Right, yeah, and I'm not too concerned about that. Am I reading this right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm just reading, well, I don't know if I should say, but
As a note, if your character has died since learning some of this information, it's assumed that this information is public knowledge for everyone in the group. So you can comb through the handout section. You don't have to worry about metagaming or anything like that. These clues are available to everybody to try and like figure out on your own. Like you don't have to rely on just Clyde to try and put the pieces together.
That's including my character, who's just kind of new.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
well, yeah. So unless anybody has anything to ask Jack, like Brady, what time is it? Is it
Nails
late?
Nelson.
Or Nails Nelson. Sorry.
In real life or right now?
No, in the game. Like
It's early afternoon.
Okay, so
Or
like when he says
mid-afternoon,
let's go,
yeah.
like let's get going, buddy. Do we want to get going then? It was great. It's great to meet you, Nails. I'm very thankful that you're gonna be taking us into the woods there.
Oh yeah. You got it, love. I can do that for you. When did you want to head out?
I would say as soon as possible. Anybody else?
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah, I would agree.
I'll need to get some things together.
What do you need?
I'll need to get supplies for the journey. Don't have any food, do you?
Well, that's what I'm asking. What do you need? We can get.
Do you have provisions? You're about to go marching into the wilderness.
I don't think we actually have any provisions.
Did you get anything ready? You're not just going to the next town over. You're going into the wilds of Africa.
We all take out weapons.
Well, that's why we came and found you to see. You're the expert, so to speak. Here, what do we need?
Sorry.
Well, I'd get comfortable clothes for the environment. I'd get good sturdy boots for walking in. I'd get any survival equipment you need. I see you brought a lot of guns for some reason.
Don't forget the first aid kits that I've acquired.
That's good. You'll need food for a long journey.
Now, I don't mind running out and picking up this stuff.
There you go. This fella's got your best interest at heart, then, doesn't he? I'll need to go buy some provisions as well. So if I could have a bit of spending money, that would be useful.
Yes, me too.
Bennett, I shall come with you.
Very well.
Actually, Mr. Nelson,
Yeah.
I was
Mandela.
curious. Where exactly were the Carlisle expedition headquartering in Nairobi here before they went on their fateful expedition into the mountains?
Let's see if Nails knows the answer to that question. I'm going to roll for it.
Well, we do know that some of the Carlyles stayed at the same hotel we're at right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but there was a headquarters that they had once they got to Egypt, I believe.
Nope, they were staying at a hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were staying at Hampton House, I think. It's a pretty nice hotel, just in the center of the city here.
And that's it? They weren't staying at... He didn't own a property or anything here?
They didn't own a property, but if I remember correctly, they might have gone and visited Colonel Endicott at his safari, his hunting lodge.
That's the last person on the interview list.
You want to talk to him before we get going?
I'm starting to really get this, and I'm thinking we missed so much fucking important shit.
Yeah, of course you did. We're a bunch of idiots.
We had to shoot the werewolf.
Fuck the werewolf.
Yeah, but there's probably a ton to do with the shipping companies that could have helped us and find things in Cairo, and then from there it would have better.
Those leads aren't dead. We still have the name of a port in Shanghai.
I'm interested to know where Evan's head is at. What are you worried about, Evan? Specifically.
Because I didn't even realize until this session that the Carlisle expedition might still be alive. For some reason, that just wasn't hitting me. And now that it has, and I'm going back through these things, I'm especially looking at this last letter that Jackson sent to the lawyer or the publisher, and I'm seeing all of them survived. It's in the psychoanalyst's files. I'm like, okay, so where the fuck are those files? And then like I'm seeing they'll open the gate. Why? So the power and danger is real. So like it's like they were possessed and now they're on the side of the bloody cult. And now it's literally saying right here, the books are in Carlisle's safe. And I'm like, where the fuck is
We-
Carlisle's
we
safe?
have those
We
books.
got those books.
We did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
those are
bought
the ones that we bought from his sister.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think they got taken after we got.
Remember,
No,
Clyde was
no,
trying to read them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I have
still.
amongst the stones, I believe.
Yeah,
You do.
that's one of them.
Yes, so we have these books that he has.
I lost Africa's Dark Sect, which sucked.
Yeah, that was confiscated from you when you got arrested.
But we
England.
got 4 other books, and one of them is in French.
Yes.
So I
But
think
we still have them. Clyde has them on his person almost at all times.
we need to read those fucking books. Because now, like,
you
this is
you
all
guys
the-
you guys have already read the ones that you can read, the ones that are in English.
Really? We've read
Yep.
through them all?
Yep.
Yeah, the manuscripts didn't take long. Amongst the Stones is the one you were reading. Then Life is the God is... I don't know if that one was given away or if I have that and I was working through it.
Yes, you were, but you stopped because you got in very bad shape.
Yep.
So I'm going to put into the handout section brief synopses of the books that you have.
This is good for you, Drew, because you know what? Essentially, we're at the same level as terms of how we understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't think.
I actually
Trying
feel
to
like
think.
I finally just started understanding everything, and it's been like a year and a half.
Yeah, I feel like you were too focused on your character to not even realize we got the books. That was like session 3.
I need to make sure I go through and reread all this stuff.
It's crazy how much important information we actually got right off the bat.
Yeah.
And now it's well, I guess that's how things work, right? As you dive further into a mystery, clues that you initially get start to make more sense.
Well, in the beginning, like a lot of what Jackson wrote at like before he died was like pretty insane ramblings. It looked like from beginning standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that last thing that you were reading from, Evan, I had to fight to get access to that.
To the books, right?
No, to the
Oh, the last letter, right?
the letter that he sent, yeah. That made him look like completely loony.
Right. And it literally says, "Will the ocean protect me?" AKA, will going back to Americas. Like, will they follow me there? And they certainly did.
Threw him out a window. Yeah. When we're done the campaign, I'm very curious to see all the times the major times we fucked up and missed things.
A lot.
Well,
I
that's
almost
why I'm
don't wanna
saying,
know.
like, there's this other note here that says, like, in this list here for the paragraphs, it says that the secret for why they even came to Nairobi is hidden inside the itinerary of the Carlisle expedition in Cairo. So like we kind of didn't figure out exactly the footsteps of them in Cairo, so we clearly missed the main reason why they even came here in the first place. I mean, you can assume that they just came here because they know that the cult of the Bloody Tongue is based off of the Black Mountain. But
Nah, yeah, I don't know. I found something in Cairo, but what?
or is it the Black Mountain?
Was it they stole the sarcophagus and then they had almost all of the jewelry before we stole it and destroyed it. That's what was in Cairo.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see, fucking search Shakti's house a little bit more because he had the exact same clock and sextant, whatever it is we found in New York.
Well, obviously he was up to no good.
Chronometer.
We should try going back to England.
I can't go back there.
Well, I was gonna say everyone can go back there, but Clyde.
Right. One of the poems details the Queen Nicholas. So Monks of Stone is pretty much.
Wait till
could make
Clyde
this really-
passes.
We can make this really difficult.
With the Pinocchio.
We can make this very difficult on Jack and split the team up and go to 2 different places.
You could. I could do it. It would suck, but you could do it.
Dude, we did that. Pip became a priest of the Dark Pharaoh.
Oh, Eric, we can't hear you.
Thank you. I sure did.
So pretty much, I mean, we've done what those books, the purpose of the books. So we prevented Queen Nitocris, which I even forget her connection to everything. Like that, I think she was one of the incarnations of the Dark Pharaoh. Is that correct?
You don't know. You destroyed one of her pieces of jewelry, which, according to Dr. Kafour, prevents her from being resurrected. Because you guys would know that the cult stole her mummy from the pyramid.
Yeah.
Because you found the secret entrance in the pyramid
Yeah.
that went down to the temple underneath Egypt.
Yeah.
Underneath Cairo.
Yeah.
So from what you gather, they needed all 3 pieces of jewelry. They had 2. You stole both of them, destroyed one of them.
Right. But
So
like Nitocris herself was one of the, from what the evidence we gathered, it seems like she's one of the reincarnations of the original dude, which his name was, oh God, where is it here?
It's somewhere in my notes.
You guys never completely found out what Nitocris's connection was, but Dr. Kafour said she was like basically a main, like a worshipper of the Black Pharaoh. He gave you like a bunch of a big block of text regarding her.
Yeah, he gave us a really big info dump about how there was like the Dark Pharaoh, and then he died, and then
Nephron Car.
Yeah, Nephron Car, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nitocris was essentially, from what I understand, Nitocris was a reincarnation of Nephron Car, which is like where Peyton's theory is that like the Dark Pharaoh possesses new bodies constantly, which checks out. Yeah, the first person to be possessed by the Black Pharaoh was Nephron Ka, and the next was the queen whose body was stolen, who is actually Queen Rudikis. And I don't know how that connects to Nitocris. Probably me just writing the name down wrong. Because I imagine there is no Queen Rudikis, hey?
Yeah. No.
It's probably just Queen Nitocris.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nitocris is I'll put it in general chat in case nobody knows.
I feel like that's the
You just wrote
risk
it.
you.
You just wrote it.
Oh, gotcha.
I feel like that's the risk you take when you start taking your own notes.
Right.
Just start fucking write. I've had that a few times.
Yeah.
All right, so just so you guys know, you guys still have all of these books except Africa's Dark Sects, which was in Clyde's possession. He was reading it, and then it was confiscated from him when you guys were imprisoned in England. But he read it enough to know what was inside of it.
Okay, so describe a summoning ritual led by a high priestess somewhere in Kenya. assuming that this is the ritual that probably the Carlisle expedition ended up conducting. Alright, I have some new theories in here, and I honestly think that... Okay, I'm ready for the next step. The next step is definitely to get there, and I think it's to check out the Black Mountain.
As a side note, I will just let you know there are people you haven't talked to in Nairobi that Jackson talked to. One is Colonel Endicott.
Right.
Somebody named Sam Mariga, who is allegedly at a railway station.
Yeah.
Somebody named Johnstone Kenyatta.
Definitely want to talk to Johnstone Kenyatta.
I imagine we probably want to talk to everybody before we actually head to the mountain.
That's God's way of saying it.
Just because it seems like the gears are turning in your guys' head, and it seems like this is a bad handout. I don't like this handout. It's a lot of information confined into a single handout, so it's understandable that you guys might have forgotten some of this stuff. So this is God just being like, hey, you can check some of this stuff out, or you can ignore it. It's your choice.
Ignoring things.
It's the TikTok trend. I should really go jerk off before I
Before what?
I'd love to go to class, but I haven't jerked off yet.
So good.
I can't leave yet. I need to shit on the floor. I haven't shit on the floor yet. I better do that first.
The floor's not gonna shit itself.
True, technically.
Sounds like the old College Humor POV videos.
Oh,
Supposed to
POV
be like
shitting on
Life
the
is
floor.
Strange when you try and leave an area you're not done with yet.
Any point and click game, essentially.
There's something in this room.
Well, should we? Okay, so essentially, what we should do. Well, okay, I'm going back into character. See you, boys. Well, maybe we aren't necessarily ready to head into the wilderness yet. I feel like there's still some people we should talk to. Don't you all agree?
We need time to get provisions anyway.
Exactly.
Yes. Bennett and I can go gather provisions. Pip can either tag along with us or go with you, and you guys can go talk to these other people.
Well, I think there's still a lot more ground to cover here. I think we should just split up in general. I think we should come together for provisions at the end here, and how many more from Jackson's notes do we still have to talk to? 3 people? Do we need to discover? Well, I count 6 of us. Do I not?
Or do we also need to talk to Dr. Starlin? I don't think we've talked to
Yes, you have not talked to him either. I forgot to add him.
Well, I think that we should split up in 3 ways here and try to tackle this mystery, because I don't want to go to this massacre site unprepared about what we might encounter, both provision-wise and knowledge-wise. If Jackson thinks that there's a chance that the Carlisle expedition's key members are still alive, and we're getting confirmation here from Nails that Brady was still alive, I'm worried that we might be walking into some sort of trap. Who's to say Jackson himself wasn't in on it, and his paper trail's leading us right here?
How dare you?
If if we're walking into something that's a bit dangerous, I might ask for $100 up front, just in case I don't come back. I wouldn't mind having something. And I'd take another 50 to buy provisions for the journey, if it's all the same to you.
Right. Well,
No, I only need 50. 150 should cover me for the beginning.
Yeah, only 150.
Tell you what, we'll go talk to everybody. I thought we were more prepared, but I guess not. You sit back down at the bar, and we'll come find you when we're ready.
God, pay the man so that he can enjoy his last few nights in case we run into trouble.
Pay the man what?
Pay the man in money.
With the 150 up front before we even finish talking and decide we're officially gonna go there. Tell you what,
Well,
I'll
we're
give you
gonna
50
go
bucks
there.
for now.
I'll
And,
take 50.
And when we decide that we're going, I'll give you the rest, or the other 100 up front as requested.
Works for me. So, $50 to Nails. Right. So, what's the marching order here, guys? Are you guys splitting up to go have these conversations?
I don't see why splitting up would. I don't see it wouldn't make things go any faster.
Nope, not necessarily.
I think it'd be best if we stick together because then we can pool our resources and
Yeah, I guess that's
mind
true. I mean,
matter.
it does get over the fact that every single time we decide to go talk to somebody, we're gonna spend 20 minutes to 30 minutes deciding who we're actually gonna go talk to next. But
You're always so angry, Evan. It's like,
Well then,
go.
Evan's
go,
gone.
Go.
how about this? We make a nice itinerary about where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to
yeah, let's
these
spend
people
30
in this order.
minutes talking about the itinerary.
Wait, what are the names? What are the names?
Dr.
Johnston
Star.
Kenyatta.
Go ahead.
Johnston Kenyatta, Sam Mariga, Dr. Starlet, and Colonel Endicott.
Excellent. We just had our order given to us. Let's go to the. Let's go in that order.
Okay, let's do it.
I was waiting for Evan to start arguing it, and I was like, Evan, this is why we.
But we don't know where to find this Johnstone Kenyatta.
Hey Niels, you know this guy?
Oh, yeah, I think he's one of them. Shit, I know the name. I don't. Let me make a roll for Nails. See if he knows where to find this man.
Let's go Nails.
Come on, Nails.
That's not great. I won't lie to you guys. No. Yeah, he's a local bloke, but I don't remember where to find him.
Maybe we start with the second one on the list then.
Well, we should just. I guess yeah, that would make sense, and then we can ask if maybe they might know how to find them.
So the next person on your list is Dr. Starlin.
I'm just gonna say like, show them the whole list and be like, do you know where any of these guys are?
Well, like.
Colonel Endicott, he runs a hunting lodge, a few hours south of the city, that he rents out to tourists for hunting elephants and the like.
And you told us about that already.
Mhm.
Yeah, he comes into town maybe once, twice a week. You need a truck to get out there though. Be a long walk on foot. Don't know who Sam Mariga is. Dr. Starlet, I think, is a chaplain doctor. I think he has a clinic in Swahili Town, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, not bad. me and Richard were discussing getting provisions. Perhaps we can rent a truck as well, and while you guys go visit the doctor.
Well, I feel that Pip made a good point. I mean, we are being hunted by these cultists, and we probably should stick together for the time being, rather than splitting up.
Oh wait, it's not like we've seen anything around the city.
Well, I've been noticing that ever since I came on board, that it's kind of been like a bowl to the horns kind of thing, you know? Lots of shit's been going down. God knows next time we have some sort of flying nightmare coming at us.
Whatever the lady thinks is best.
That is right. You're a gentleman.
Ew. Did you just climax?
I'd say let's go find Dr. Starlin in Swahili Town.
I don't see why we can't go look for the truck. We can always meet up with you, arrange the rental, and then meet up with you at that place.
I just stated how I think it would be a bad idea if we separated, seeing as we could be surprised at any moment once again.
Oh no, I heard you. I just was making a statement.
I mean, if you want to go in the two-person party versus the four of us being on our own, I mean, you're more than welcome to go put yourself in a vulnerable position like that.
Well, I just think it would save us some time and being able to arrange a truck for our journey outward, and then we can meet you at this doctor.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I think someone's following us again.
What?
You forgot to mention that, Clyde. Is that not something you should mention?
I mean, it's a regular thing, and I don't know. Maybe it was just some guy who was looking at me, but yeah, some black kid was just staring me down in the streets when I went off somewhere.
As a note, it was it wasn't a black kid. It was a kid. He looked East Indian, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should all stick together.
I agree. Why don't we just go to Dr. Starlin, and then we try to find out what he knows about the others. We don't need the truck until we try to go to the hunting lodge that Colonel Etiquette has. And then from there, we'll, once we handle all these and know as much as we can, I think then we come back to Nails here and we head on out into the woods after some preparation.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Yeah. You know where to find me.
All right, you have a great rest of the day. We'll hopefully be back within the next 24 hours.
Sounds fucking lovely. All right. So, as you all make your way to Swahili Town to go and visit Dr. Starlet, I think that's a good place to end it for the night.
Where's the Nairobi map? Okay, here it is.
Is Swahili Town, like, that's 27 on the map? Swahili Mission?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one, I think.
Okay, that's pretty good. And Bennett knows how to get there then. So we're
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah.
I also know where the train station is, so we can get there pretty easily, too.
Yeah, I think we can just go to the train station based off of that little note there. Yeah. We may as well start there if we can't find
It's 29 on the map, not 27. 27 is East African Standard.
That's 25.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. 29 on the map is Royal.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at a different map from what you guys were given.
Oh.
There's a keeper map, and then there's a handout map because sometimes you guys can't know about locations.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then where's the
Seems like God doesn't know everything after all.
God knows too much.
And all of a sudden rocks fall and Gunter dies.
based on some of the revelations you guys have had, it's like, oh man, maybe we don't know jack shit. I'd say I've got a pretty good idea of what's going on, and the rest of you are still in the dark. So that's where we're going to end the session. But before we turn the cameras off, I'm very interested to hear this out of character. If you guys are starting to put the pieces together at all, because it sounds like Evan had a bit of a mental breakdown about 20 minutes ago.
I'm thinking that I'm almost thinking that the Carlisle expedition are the cult of the Bloody Tongue, and that they staged their own death, and their end game is to bring back the Black Pharaoh, and that's been it all along.
I don't think that was their initial goal.
I think they were converted. I bet you they got possessed in their adventure, and they did stage their death to remove them from public eye because it was a fairly popular expedition. And I think that's kind of where they went. But I don't think they were initially part of the cult.
The cult's been around for too long for them to be the founders.
I read this thing on Google that says why the Carlisle expedition faked their own death. So, I mean, I'm just kidding.
Google the answer.
Curse of Nyarlathotep walkthrough.
I'm trolling.
It's funny because it is like the most famous role-playing campaign ever in a lot of ways. So there's information readily available about it. So you guys could totally just fucking spoil yourselves if you wanted to.
Well, that itself felt like a spoil when everyone was like, "Yeah, I think they faked their own death," and I'm sitting here like, man, I just joined the campaign and I feel like I got spoiled.
Remember when the Black Pharaoh, when you met the Black Pharaoh in the Bent Pyramid, he showed you the Carlisle expedition getting ripped apart. He showed you a vision of that.
Right.
I wasn't there for that session.
Yeah, that's the thing I remember is that them standing there and no, that's a different person's recount at the Bent Pyramid.
Right. So when you were in Egypt, the Black Pharaoh showed you the visions of the Carlisle expedition getting torn apart, but you also met Warren Bessart, who had another long handout, and he described how he watched in the desert a bunch of the like laborers that had been hired by the Carlisle expedition being torn apart by some sort of creatures in the night. And that was in Egypt.
Sacrifice.
Carlisle and Penyu completed the ritual in front of the collapsed pyramid on a dark moon night, and all those people died, and then they were nowhere to be seen, and he kind of just fucked off and became a drunk, right?
Yeah, and remember, the Carlisle expedition, or most of the members, disappeared into the Bent Pyramid for a couple of days, or for like a full day. Which is the same place where you disappeared into and met the Black Pharaoh.
So, if anywhere where they became because they did the ceremony, so they clearly were. I honestly think.
But did the ceremony happen before or after they disappeared into the Bent Pyramid?
Oh, it happened after.
So maybe Dark Pharaoh took over one of them in a more permanent matter or something, or.
Yeah. Well, that's where there was the one bit of information about how the Bent Pyramid is where a high priestess. The book talks about becoming a god. I don't know. I think maybe they weren't a part of the cult itself, but this Roger Carlisle being already a rich playboy kind of dude, and like them actively seeking out this stuff, I almost feel like this is a group of people that wanted to become gods themselves,
right?
And these are the extents that they're going to, and maybe at some point things started going wrong and they truly did get taken over by the Black Pharaoh.
But now let me throw a wrench into your theory. What did the cult in New York have to do with anything in Juju House? What did the stuff that you discovered in England have to do anything? What did Omar al-Shakti and his giant ritual chamber underneath Cairo, where they were trying to resurrect Nitocris, what did that have to do with anything?
weren't the Carlisles from New York originally?
They were. Yes, they were. Roger Carlyle was from New York, and the expedition left from New York.
And then
I mean,
Penhue's
I
in
feel like-
Egypt, so it feels like there's cult bases in each one of these
Yeah,
locations.
I feel like you can easily.
Penhu was in
explain
London.
that away
Oh,
with-
London, right.
I feel like you can easily explain that away with just like Neferkar having all these reincarnations and it spawning different cults across the world with different beliefs, but they're all kind of going towards the same thing.
Well, we've heard a couple times now that there's like cults of different names, but they kind of seem to be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, there's.
Well,
still-
I might take off then if we're calling it here.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining, Drew.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yes, this is very fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, by the way, it's not a spoiler that they faked their deaths. That was like literally one of the first handouts we got, and I don't think any of us actually read it properly.
Or took it seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Cool. Well, I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sounds good. See you later,
Hey, Drew.
Or next week.
See you, Drew.
I'll see most of you for D&D, but yeah, that's true. I'll see y'all in
Yes.
Call of Cthulhu in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yes.
Hell
In the
yeah.
meantime, yeah.
Jack
If
will probably
there's-
be in like, upstairs.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Catch y'all later.
Cool, dude. Yeah. See you, Drew.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah.
Would anybody care to chime in before we end the recording?
No, I'm good.
It's all coming together now.
All right. So, thank you for watching. As always, this has been another lovely episode of Masks of Nyarlathotep. Join us in 2 weeks, and we'll be back here once again to see if some of this mystery is unraveled some more. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.